in this game. He's from El Salvador. Yes, he blew the whistle after Militao was too aggressive in the battle for the ball. And let's also let you know that in the 50th minute, yes, Fabian Rieder was given a yellow card. Yes, he received a caution for an awful tackle on a Brazilian player. And of course, the latest are coming in after 50 minutes of the action. It is Brazil 0, Switzerland 0.
All righty. Yes, Brazil 0, Switzerland 0. 52 minutes. I'm not alone, of course. Julius Efosa Agawa, the man, the legend, right here in the studio. If I guys say this man don't feature for World Cup, but don't see go score. Julius Agawa, it ended 0-0. I know I would always ask you, are you Brazilian or are you Swiss tonight?
Well, there's no African team there this evening.
So it's a good game.
So it's a good game. So I'm not going to be tensed this evening, but I will lean towards the Brazilian side a little bit because we want to see beautiful football, we want to see goals, we want to see the Samba boys, we want to see them do it this evening. So because of that, I'll say okay, I'm Brazilian this evening.
It's Brazilian this evening, and some of them black, so let's just take them as South Africans. All right, let's get to view your reactions. 090-40,889 and 090-41,889. Yes, good evening to you. Welcome.
Brazil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Zero Sagawa, great to you. And Vicky Devicano.
Yeah, Vicky Devicano.
Yeah, Wilson.
All right, welcome.
Na Brazil, I do.
You're Brazilian, okay.
Because I'm Brazilian because of Thiago Silva. That man, my man. My legend. You understand?
Yes.
And so I want Brazil to win 2-0. If Brazil win now, if they say that their last game, they know if you take it serious, then that one should give Cameroon maybe slim opportunity to qualify. You understand?
Yes.
So I want Brazil to win so that they will not take that one serious. No Mane, no Neymar, no Antonio or that. So maybe if you don't take that one serious to avoid injury and something, then Brazil, Cameroon should use that opportunity to qualify. And for that Cameroon keeper, I don't understand that coach. I don't know whether he prefer keepers like Edward Mendy of Chelsea, who knows he handle leg ball. I don't know, but I'm in charge, so he has to follow what his man tells him to follow. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good evening to you.
Breezy.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Good evening. Oh.
Yes,
Good
sir.
evening.
How do you also now?
They fine. How the game? There's no hustling here. That's just the game.
No. I mean, I talk to legend.
Who tell you say they also?
it's
Which should be
good.
how they also?
Everything is good.
I go push you, stone you. What do you mean?
Okay.
They joke.
I don't hear you, Breezy.
Yeah.
This match, although initially I don't come before I say score draw.
Yes.
Although the way the match they go like this, it's still difficult to. Because I they see Brazil they push, but they're not going to win.
Yeah.
They're not going to win.
So have you changed your mind?
They go feel no come.
So have you changed your mind on the scoreline?
No, I've not changed I just changed my mind.
Okay.
I've not. It's still straight draw. Straight draw.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you. Hello. Good evening to you.
Hello.
Yes, so good evening. Welcome.
I greet you, Joe.
We greet you
I
too.
greet Julius Agawa, Wonder.
Good evening.
And I greet
BQ the volcano.
Thank you, Devicano. I greet you,
Good
Joe.
evening.
Yeah, this is Kadri calling.
All right. Welcome, Kadri. Domo.
I domo to Agawanda.
Koyo.
I have to domo to Ram.
Hey,
Yes.
Domo.
Yes. Me too, I'm Brazilian because I love beautiful football. And if you check that Brazilian squad there, it's star-studded.
Yes.
Britain, they don't score.
They never score. Now still 0-0. 56 minutes.
I got to see either go on internet.
No, never enter. Not
So
yet.
for me,
Yeah.
I love the Brazilian team. they always have quality players. Anytime they go to the World Cup, they always represent well. Except that time they went, was it that they lost to Germany, scandalously, where they lose 7-0. So every time they go to the World Cup, we always like to support them. So I'm still supporting them in this World Cup, and I know they will go far. Because if you check that team, I know say sometimes no be player they make team. You understand? For this one, they get good players and they still have teamwork. So I'm rooting for them. I know they will go far in this World Cup. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Wow, Vicky Volcano, 10 minutes gone into the second half. Let's get the action.
Yeah, a whole lot happened so far as this game is concerned, and pretty much so the Brazilians are still asking the question. But they have had a case of nearly getting a result. There was a chance from midfielder, talking about Vinicius Jr., who attempted a pass. Of course, he attempted to pass outside with the outside of his boot to put a cross into the box, but Richarlison was unable to connect with that. That would have been a goal for them. Before then, Sandro attempted to find one of his teammates, but he puts it. The pass was too heavy, and the chance, of course, slipped past the Brazilians. Another opportunity that would have been. Let's also let you know that at some point also in this game, yes, in the 54th minute, yes, Ruben Vargas of Switzerland launched a cross into the box, but Alisson, of course, was allowed to the effort, and of course they have pretty much been doing their best. But let's quickly let you know that Fred is being substituted now. Yes, Fred is coming off now, and Bruno Guimaraes, yes, the man who plays for Newcastle United, is the man who's come on board now. Yes, Bruno Guimaraes can play anywhere in front of the back four, in the central midfield, and even in the advanced midfield position. He can score goals. He's more of an all-rounder as far as the midfield position is concerned. So yes, a 6, an 8, a 10. He does that so well, and one man who has come in. Unfortunately, one big question a lot of people will be asking after nearly 60 minutes of this game is that what will Brazil do? Is it the absence of Neymar that has exposed this side so much that we're not seeing any creativity in this side? They've experimented with different midfielders now, and they're all in the bid to also try as much as possible to break down this Brazilian side. On their own path as well, Murat Yakin has introduced fresh legs. Edmilson Fernandez has come on to replace Ruben Vargas. And yes, of course, there's been Renato Steffen who replaces Fabian Rieder in this game. So yes, fresh legs are coming on for the Swiss guys, and maybe the plan is just to make sure they do their best to wear out the Brazilians, and a draw for them will be very good for them.
Okay, the Samba boys, they never find any footing when it comes to goal inside this particular game. Lots of playing, no scoring yet. But yes, Vicky Volcano just raised one matter. Now, Julius Agawa, I have to ask you, the absence of Neymar, could it be the problem here? Is it that Neymar is the only creative player this Brazilians have? Is it the only playmaker? And this thing happened. I remember it happened even in that 7-0 thrashing. Neymar had gotten injured before that game. And prior to that time, you go see Neymar, they dance around the defense, they make all those guys, they fall up on that. But the moment Neymar got that injury, that zeroed him out of that World Cup. I think that was it last World Cup, Vicky, or two World Cups away? 2014, yeah, 2014 World Cup. And that happened instantly. You go see, say, the Brazilian side, your door. And something similar has happened. Neymar is not in this game, and we're not seeing any teeth. Well, is it possible?
It's possible. Neymar is very instrumental in this Brazilian side. Is one of those players who can take their opponents one-on-one. In the box, is very, very dangerous, and he can be creative as well. He can pick his players out, and he can make some deadly passes as well. So him not being in this team is very, very, let me say, is not a good thing for the Brazilians. But despite that, the Brazilians, they have a very strong side. Without him, they can still play their game and still win. But it's like they are finding it difficult to find their rhythm in this game, because the Swiss side, it's like they studied the Brazilians very well, and so far they've been all over the pitch, fighting every ball. They are fighting for every ball, and they are making it difficult for the Brazilians to penetrate them.
Okay. One thing for sure, is that no goal don't drop. And ladies and gentlemen, now 61 minutes gone inside this game. Let's get to feel your reactions. 09040,889, 09041,889. Good evening to you.
Hello, mommy.
Yes, so daddy. Good evening. Welcome.
I greet you. It's Monday. Happy New Week, Joe.
Yes, so happy New Week to you. What's your name?
Yeah, now it's the better talk. Senior man, I agree to.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, senior man. I'm a senior man. I don't know if it's that advanced like this, so. Senior man. I just check you now. Senior man. Long life for bro.
I agree to you. I agree to you.
Many more years like that, too.
God bless you.
Yeah. But much respect, bro. Yeah. Vicky, I agree to you. Vicky, yeah.
Good evening. Welcome.
I agree to you.
Double Doctor is also here.
Yeah,
Double Doctor is here, Unzube.
Hey, good.
They blush, you never fit on.
Bros. Agree, sir. Good evening. Wow. I agree to you, sir. Good evening. Double Doctor, agree to you, yeah. Onion Sobu. I'm not Onion Sobu, there.
Yeah, he did, don't worry. Topmost striker.
Topmost agree. Breezy.
Yeah.
I'm on Brazil. Now they're going to represent me for World Cup, man, no lie.
And then go represent you for World Cup.
And I believe it. Yes. And I believe they're not going to allow Poto to rub me for body. You understand? No, they are busy. We not to tell you, no worry. What be done? Maybe they do. You know now. About to go miles. You understand? Oh, that is you count the miles. You understand? Just a little time, go to open the floodgate.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
You open the floodgate. May they come. No matter no, they go see. They go collect. I'm a visit. Double Doctor. Wow. First time, bros. You are doing a good work, oh. Yeah. Not my first time, but to hear your voice, I mean 2000, as I was, bros, you don't make my deal. Wow.
No chop again, no. No chop, you don't chop, oh. Now go sleep
you
now.
You don't make my day, yes. That's the way I talk about my busy.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, now 64 minutes gone. Brazil 0, Switzerland 0. Yeah, we're talking about the attack. I mean, you have guys like Raphinha, Richarlison, and then Vinicius Jr. right there. No Neymar, no party. Is that the case? Anyway, don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Leave a comment. We are live. Sports Radio Brila FM on Facebook. On Instagram and Twitter, Brila FM 889. Yes, Vicky Volcano. It's now 64 minutes gone. What's the action like?
Quickly, 64 minutes. Of course, the Brazilians are still doing their beat and doing their very best. Probably only a matter of time now before they break down this side. And okay.
All right.
Yes, there's been a goal. Vinicius Jr. Yes, there's been a goal. And the Swiss guys probably started believing that maybe they could get into this game. They pushed their guys as high up as possible because, yes, it was a high line. And where he got that ball to the goal, he was not under much pressure as such from if there were defenders to beat. And Vinicius is a pacey player. Yes, but before then, yes, there was a situation in the 62nd minute where Raphinha, of course, got past a few players but was able to pick a body in the box as his chip went over and the goalkeeper claimed that. But yes, good one for Vinicius Jr. What you basically do with inverted wingers. A guy who's right-footed tries to play from the left because the moment he can get past you and wriggle his way, he has his right foot to either find the net or put in a good cross. And sometimes the advantage is to use your stronger foot to either cut in or score. And it's typically what he has done in this case because, yes, it was really a good one. And they've actually been asking the question. It will be hard to keep these Brazilians at bay and stop them from doing anything. And I think they know how important it is to just get the second win and not leave everything to the last day where you have a Cameroonian side who might be going all the way out for it. But Ivan Barton, the referee from El Salvador, would want to hear from the VAR guys. He's 31, one of the youngest referees in this competition. I think he's only older than one or two other guys who are both 30. And yes, he's there now. They probably want to check to see if Vinicius Jr., of course, was offside when the ball found him. So yes, goal given. Goal given. VAR review, yes, says goal given. Offside. It was ruled out. It means that where he was standing, yes, referee pointed to that spot to say that no goal given. It was offside. And the Swiss, of course, would get back into it and play once again and get into the game and see if they can get something. They've done really well to contain the Brazilians. But to be honest, they've also brought in some fresh legs. If you notice, when they attack, they have like 5 guys preventing the Brazilians. When they have possession, they have like 5 guys that they commit. When they don't have it, they drop deep to make it as compact as possible, restricting the Brazilians to the flanks. Probably that's the trick, especially when you don't have a Neymar. You want to hope that the wingers will be the ones to supply on the day. But for that situation in the 64th minute, where Casemiro threaded that pass through to Vinicius, these are situations they will have to be very careful with and hope that the Swiss are not particularly in a hurry. They just want to keep the possession, find a man in space, pass. If the goal comes, it will come, but they may not be lucky with the goals, and so they will just attempt to keep it as simple as possible. They have guys who are comfortable with passing out of the back. They have one of the defenders who plays for Manchester City, Manuel Akanji. He's right there, of course. There's Granit Xhaka who deputizes and gets into the defensive shape as well. And then they have Elvedi as well, who's also comfortable on the ball. So I think it gives them ample opportunity to invite the Brazilians to come at them. Who knows if they will be able to block that and make it happen, then they have a game on their hands. But maybe at some point they will need bodies who can also, get in the midfield. They've been able to introduce 2 of those as well. So it keeps them fresh in those areas where they need the legs to tire the Brazilians out.
All righty. Let's get to the call. So Brazil being gets go. Akporo I put him inside the net too, but they say no counts. Let's get to the phone line. 090400889, 090410889. Who did there? Yes, so Ibrahim, you're welcome. Good evening. Make we hear you now.
I got.
Yes, he is.
Good evening.
Domo, bro.
Domo to you as well.
Yes, sir. What of double doctor?
He's here as well.
Good evening, sir. Good evening. Hello. I'm happy. In fact, I've been calling this line ever since the time of Murphy Gemba, as you could remember. I don't. In fact, I'm very happy to yeah, I'm very happy. Then, sir, my question. Sorry, I want to ask one question.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Please, I just want to know how double doctor used to do it. That will bring it is just good. I don't know where you used to see all the stuff. He has been using in Brila FM. I don't know. Since the right from Murphy Gemba, I was like, this man will just, okay, Kosi, Vicky, the Volcano, they will just bring, and they will blend, everybody will just blend, and I don't know how you do it, sir. The what of Baba Femiraji?
He's here.
I don't hear you, Baba.
Ogirio, sir. You don't know Ogirio, sir. Orija Kulebo.
Orija Kulebo.
Baba Balagba.
Well done, Baba.
So, Double Doctor, I'm really happy. I'm happy, but I don't know what to say again. But pertaining the World Cup, I think I'm going for Senegal and Portugal. Yeah, because of Ronaldo, yes. And Senegal because of African brother.
All right, thank you.
Breezy.
Yeah?
Breezy baby.
I did hear you.
All right, thank you. I'm a very kind caller.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I'll go ring the bell for you, eh? All right. Thank you very much for calling in. Thank you. Hello. Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Breezy.
Yes.
Yeah, wonderful evening to you, Breezy. How you doing?
A wonderful evening to you as well. Hello? Okay, please call back. 090400889, 090410889. 70 minutes gone. Brazil 0, Switzerland 0. Hello, good evening.
Hi, Breezy. Good evening.
Hello.
I think I'm so blessed today. I'm getting across to your station. Good evening. My name is Tunji.
Tunji, welcome.
I'm so excited that Dr. Larry is in the studio. Julius Agawa, you guys are wonderful people. Thanks so much for your call. contribution. Julius, I love your somersault, your goal at under Kotolibide. The spirit.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it. Dr. Larry, you are doing fantastic. God bless you. To the guys,
Topmost striker, Vicky the Volcano.
Yes. The guy with the Super Eagles, you guys are doing terrific. My comment on the World Cup, I think it's good that the African players, teams have local coaches. It's good, but they also need to step up in terms of their technical abilities. The clash between the goalkeeper and the coach in Cameroon I don't think it's something that should have happened. And for Nigeria, it's such a shame that we are not in the World Cup. We have so many stars. Doctor, you agree with me? I don't know you guys do agree with me. We have so many stars. We should have missed this World Cup. And my verdict, without missing words, just fund the entire NFF. Those guys are doing below par. I'm not missing words. Fund everybody there. I mean, I've been in their camp. Yes, I've been in their camp, in their hotel. I kind of see what they do. So they should just band the team for a moment, let them regroup and let them be serious minded and come together. I guess by that time we'll get our act together. God bless you guys. You are doing that work. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, now 73 minutes gone. Brazil 0, Switzerland 0. Over to you, Vicky the Volcano. Please take us right there to Qatar. What's going on?
Okay, and of course, in the 66th minute, the VAR, of course, the call that ruled out the goal that was scored earlier by Vinicius Jr. And in the 69th minute, Ivan Barton, talking about the referee, also blew the whistle for Manuel Akanji, who committed a foul on after a dangerous play on Vinicius Jr. That earned Brazil a free kick, but the resulting free kick was taken by Raphinha, and it resulted into nothing because, of course, it was dinked into the box. However, the defenders were there to avert the danger. Let's also let you know that Richarlison, of course, was involved in the action in the 72nd minute when he controlled the pass inside the penalty area and took a shot, but it was blocked. There were bodies on the way, and that was expertly blocked before they won possession. But yes, in the 73rd minute, the Brazilian coach has had enough of Richarlison in this game. He's brought on Arsenal's Gabriel Jesus in the 73rd minute, and the manager has also made another substitution, bringing on Anthony, who has replaced Raphinha in this game. So yes, game on for Brazil. Two guys, of course, two fresh legs in the attacking position for these guys to cope with as far as this game is concerned, and more questions for the Swiss guys and how they will be able to contain these guys. The advantage is that if Gabriel Jesus stays put, he's one of the few guys that can do the take-ons against defenders. Who knows? Maybe that's the advantage of having a guy like him at this point. And Anthony, of course, can weave his way past the guys and put in those crosses. Vinicius is still pretty much in this game, still fresh. But the guys who are, of course, doing their best to stop him in this game, they've done very, very well, keeping him at bay as the game continues. 74 minutes. Brazil 0, Switzerland 0.
All right, 0-0. Still the action. Well, Julius Agawa was looking like the Brazilians don't already catch themselves, or should I say they were getting the edge. But now it's not like that. What would it take, Julius Agawa? What would it take? A moment of brilliance like we saw with Argentina, or what?
I think it's going to be a decisive moment for the Brazilians. The substitution they just made, I think those players are going to come in and make the difference. A team like Brazil, where you have Jesus sitting on the bench, it shows the quality they have. Now that he has come in, I think they are going to make the difference. He's a player who is not going to come in and just come and relax. He's a player who will come in and try to make the difference. Is either going to upset the defense, is either going to cause penalties, or commit the defenders to make mistakes. So I believe the bench is what is going to make the necessary change today. Now that Jesus has come in, I think we should watch out for him. He's a very experienced player. He's the kind of player that like to hustle in the box, and I feel he will do something in this game. But they'll not take it away from the Swiss guys. They've really fought for this game. Defensively, they've been very solid. they don't want to concede any goal in this game. All of them are back now to make sure no loopholes in this game.
All right, good, interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, it is still goalless as we speak. It is 76 minutes gone in the game. In a game that has seen changes already done by the Brazilians and now the Swiss. VQ, there were substitutions. Talk to us about it.
Murat Yakin, the coach of the Swiss side, have quickly reacted to this. It looks like part of the cards is that he watches when the Brazilians are making those changes and then he goes for his own as well. This time he's taking out Brila Embolo for Haris Seferovic. Seferovic, of course, if only he had the pace of Embolo, but he's a fox in the box. He can actually have those decisive moments. We saw him at the Euros when they knocked out France. But let's also let you know that he's also brought on another player. Yes, he's brought on Djibril Sow. Yes, he's brought on Michel Abishar, who's replaced Djibril Sow in this game. So, yes, a midfielder comes in for a midfielder, fresh pair of legs, and then a striker, of course, just one man who will be on the shoulders of the number 6 man, preventing them from building and probably go for the long balls as much as possible. But, yes, compact play from the Swiss guys who have been intelligent enough to cause a bit of problems for Brazil and unsettle their game plan.
Interesting one. All right, this kind of critical moment. What should be done is about 14 minutes or say 13 minutes left in this game. They've had everything they should do, thrown in virtually everything they need. Can we still say this Brazil is not missing Neymar? Can we still say that now?
Go hard.
Kochi, is this Brazilian team missing Neymar?
What they are suffering is a mistake pre-match. Pre-match. Team selection mistake. When you play Fred and Casemiro, you are playing 2 DMs. And so if you want a DM to replace a playmaker, just know that you are going to see a lot of horizontal passes and very few vertical passes. So playmakers bring on the heat. And that is what they are missing now. Because Fred and Casemiro kept playing horizontally. So the ball was not going forward. So now that he's tried to introduce Bruno, who is also very good with the final ball, because what you do with a playmaker is to receive the final ball or create passes so that the defense of the other team will not know what to do. Because that has not happened, Switzerland has gained confidence. They now believe that they can hold these guys. And so what you find them doing is that when the ball is around the center circle, they form a 5-man midfield. So to enjoy this game, and if you are watching at home, just be seeing what I'm about to explain. A 4-man defense line, and in the middle, you find 5 men. And then when Brazil goes to the final third, 2 men join the final defense. So you find a 5-man line and 1 man standing in front of 5. So that is what's going on here.
Wow, interesting. Well, the key thing here is the goal should come. Yes, Brazil, Switzerland. It is still goalless. 80 minutes of action. 090400889. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Baba Femiraji.
Yeah, Baba mi.
Iná ń jó kìlọ̀ sá.
Òṣà àdúgbò bọ̀.
Ògiri fúnra rẹ̀ iná ni.
Baba o.
Baba lẹ́nu gègé.
How are you, sir?
Fine, sir.
Yes,
This
sir.
is Sarah calling.
You're welcome, sir.
Double doctor. Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. It's been a while, sir. Thank you, sir. Go.
Good evening.
Oh my God. Vicky Mokano. Good evening, everybody out there.
Yeah, Vicky is here. Greeting you too. I'm Breezy too.
Welcome.
Breezy.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
The first lady.
Yes,
First
so
lady.
I hail you,
First
Scatter.
lady.
Welcome. You too much.
Good evening.
Yes,
Yeah. This match is going to be a positive match. The way I'm seeing this game. I'm not really watching the game, but I believe that the Swiss, they are able to hold their ground. they know what to do. They know what to do, and they exhibit their very well. So that's what I would say. The guy is going to go to a goalless draw. You know, I'm saying this game. It's going to end in goalless draw. Double Doctor.
Yes.
Double Doctor.
Yes.
I see. You know, this was why I'm calling you. I remember you. 1994.
Yes.
You were the one when we were seeing the OGBs then. Each time before Nigeria went to the World Cup, you analyze Bulgaria national team. I mean, player by player. When I listen to you, it created a fear in me then. When to meet Bulgaria, you talk about Stoichkov, the history of the player, every single player of the Bulgaria team then. Even my Argentine team, I say, wow, Nigeria is in trouble. But the moment the game started, I saw the way Nigeria was able to handle both Bulgaria, Argentine team, and I say, my God. But your analysis about each player then, I mean, you know, it gives me the clear picture of which player we were to meet in the World Cup. So there was one guy there that was, I mean, down there they were saying you then. You know, the guy will also handle, like, maybe the guy was also handling some kind of space in your program. Then I didn't know you, but I just know it through that I mean, medium then. I mean, OGBC, Larry, I don't know, not Sasamuji, Larry something. I don't know what's Sasamuji. Then. So
update. Wow. This one, they don't need VAR. They don't need VAR. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tegwala. Ladies and gentlemen, Tegwala. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you know the Carilas? Tegwala. Casemiro has done it. And now talk to us about it, VQ.
Yeah, good play from the Brazilians. While the Swiss, of course, went for a low block, the Brazilians committed a lot of people in there just to make sure they unbalance the low block as much as possible. And for every nearly 5 or 10 meters, you were going to find a Brazilian. It was in-step half volley. Yes, it was a half volley from the man Casemiro. I got past Manuel Akanji, of course, was trying to shield it. And to the top right corner, yes, top left corner, I beg your pardon, beating the goalkeeper. Yes, took a slight deflection of the defender into the net. And yes, the Brazilians are in front finally in this game. I think they've done everything well. The difference in quality, the golf in quality in terms of the players they have, of course, has been the difference as far as this is concerned.
Not just players, including the technical bench. The golf was, in fact, it was every minute passing. It became more glaring. Okay. They maintained or they sustained the pressure. The intensity increased slightly. And eventually they got a goal. Brazil leads Switzerland by 1-0. Kochi.
Yes, it was expected. It was just that the Swiss had a wonderful game plan. Everything was working well. But again, you see, when you introduce a poacher like Jesus, defenders face him. They concentrate on him. And so when that kind of thing happens, you find people coming behind and stealing the opportunity, which is what we just saw.
Interesting. Brazil lead 1-0. Julius Agawa. He talked about when you bring a real marksman to the field, it means attention will be drawn. Be like sugar. Ants go just gather the sugar. So Sugar Gabriel came, and then the defenders were thinking more of Sugar Gabriel. And then they didn't know. I tell you what, a wonderful, spice, curry. And that's it.
Yes, it was expected. I think that was a good substitution because they know when Jesus comes, he's going to terrorize that defensive line. And because of that, the defense is going to concentrate more on him, thereby leaving spaces for other players to exploit. I think that was what happened. And then he didn't waste time with that half volley. When the pass came in, he volleyed it, and you could see the reaction of the goalkeeper. He could not move. He was just watching the ball. He was hoping the ball would go out of play. But unfortunately, he ended up in the net.
I mean, it's almost certain that somebody's World Cup is about ending. Fred. Because this coach will not play Fred and Casemiro again. Never. That's why he suffered.
All right, interesting, Vicky.
On the tactical front as well, I think what they were also lacking in midfield, they also had to maintain a high line so that they'll push as many people as possible into the low block and have guys who would mop up second balls for them if these guys were going to knock it around. Fred didn't have a good game today, obviously. An opportunity for Bruno Guimaraes probably next time to come show what he would do. A win for them tonight, of course, would put them clear to the round of 16, and they probably will just give the audition to the other guys to come see what they can do as far as this competition is concerned. You also have problems with guys like Anthony, who would want to spend too much time on the ball, dribbling, when people are already finding their spaces and getting into position to make sure, they do something as quickly as they get the opportunity to. But good one by the Brazilians so far. On the tactical front, in terms of the quality of what they have, the moment that goal came in, the coach started talking with the other guys. He had probably his tactical analyst on the bench. They started talking almost immediately. You could tell that probably something that they had banter about on the bench was what just played out before their very eyes. And good one for the Brazilians. And of course, football is played for 90 minutes, and you would expect that all the while these guys were tiring them out, they still had a plan, and with the fresh legs they were bringing on, it was always going to be a problem for them.
All right.
It's hard now to tell because the Swiss guys do not also have the resources to go for counter-attacking situations. So it's easier for the Brazil to build a web in front of them.
All right. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Baba Femi. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Please, I want to direct my speech to the double doctor.
What's your name? I'm directing the question to you. What is your name first?
My name is Alaji Hashimi. I'm in my late 70 now.
Alaji, good evening, sir.
I want to remind the double doctor that what the Cameroonian coach has done is very wrong. If you can remember vividly, we have some stubborn players in Nigeria in those days, people like Tarila Korowanta. Tukuji. Tarila Korowanta will never come for training in 3SC. And only Bide will give him a shirt. Eventually he lands for the match. He used him because he's very useful for his team. After Tarila Korowanta scored 1 or 2 goals, he will go and meet Onigbide on the bench and tell him, please change me, and he will change him. That is what they call management. But these current coaches in Nigeria who call themselves indigenous coach, they are not man-managers at all. This is my own take on that issue.
Yeah,
on the game, our football in Nigeria is not growing in at all because we concentrated mostly now on foreign players. We forget to develop our grassroots, like what you used to do in those days. You talk about a lot of grassroots players in those days, but now nobody's talking about them again. Double doctor, please, you still have a lot to do for us. Please, I beg you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, the game is not doing well, but we have a new board. Let's see what they can come up with. I think the central mistake, the major mistake we made in not qualifying for this championship was taking the game to Abuja, the second leg game against Ghana. A lot of those boys who played that day were seeing that stadium for the very first time, playing there for the very first time. So that also affected us. So when next we have these kind of opportunities, we should sit down, check the texture of the grass, the kind of ball to use, make our guys play in venues that they have seen before, that they are used to. We crowded the team with too many changes that second leg match. So so many things went wrong. But again, like we always say, our team was not good. So we also thank God we are not at this World Cup, because I believe those same boys would have gone there. And like they say in Pidgin Parlance now, Femi, how do you guys say it again?
Water.
Okay. Just 09041,000.
To get better.
Amen. Hello. Yes, sir.
Hello. Good evening to the great man in the studio.
Yeah, good evening to
Good
you.
evening to Chairman, CEO, Double Doctor, Senior Man, on your police. You guys are I agree to meet
Good
you.
evening.
I've been following Doctor since 1994. So I've been listening to the analysis on this game. I knew Brazil was going to come back because these Switzerland guys they are over ambitious and they are too adventurous. Because I could remember 1994 when we were playing against Italy. And Igosaki was just on the touchline. He was just shouting. I said, this man not giving himself a heart attack. We were even celebrating that we had won. Just 2 minutes. See what Baggio did. Even I heard when you said 80 minutes when this was, he said 80 minutes on the 10 lots of time in football. So the way I'm looking at this match, Brazil might be able to score 1 or 2 more goals. So it is when a game is over. That is when this is Brazil we are talking about. Mighty Brazil. So I've been listening to the analysis and kudos to everybody. And it's just that the World Cup, I believe that why we didn't qualify for this World Cup is that I don't know why we were celebrating a draw we got from Ghana. I believe that as a serious-minded footballing nation, we are supposed to aim at going to beat Ghana home and away. Beat them their hands down, come here and also beat them. When we went there and we played draw, we were so happy that, hey. And then the people, they came here, technicality. They scored for us, we just couldn't get a win. So as we didn't go to this World Cup, it will make us to prepare for the next World Cup, because according to the World Cup, Brazil is the only team that has qualified for all World Cups. I can say, apart from Brazil, the World Cup is not anybody's birthright. Italy now, they are at home. The second state World Cup, they are meeting. So that 2026, if we know we are going to go, we should start now and put everything in place. Thank you so much.
Yeah, just to add to that, some players must be kind to Nigeria by announcing their retirement. And if they don't, those in charge should help them quit, do a final friendly for them and let them make way. Because this game is changing. And guys who have been on the scene for over 10 years, 12, 15, nothing changes about their age. This is the time for them to say, okay, it is clear now at club level they are not making any progress. Some of them are just static, or stuck. So this is the time for them to say, okay, let's make Nigeria better. Let's also say bye-bye. So I think that team needs a lot of overhaul. So many names have to go.
All right, 09040,089, 09041,889. Brazil lead by a goal to nothing, 6 minutes at a time. Hello.
Yeah,
Mark calling. You're welcome.
Doctor, sir.
Good evening, sir.
We appreciate it as the way you are just analyzing where we got it wrong. I think it's better late than never. And at the same time, sir, yes, your platform here, this Brila, happens to be a platform that always hits it on the lane on the earth. But I wonder if our people up there, I mean in that house, that NSF house, I wonder if they are even listening to us. And if they are not listening, sir, I think it's hard time now that people like you and some others, people like Odegbani, Muni Alao, and others, I will know at least in the media, who have been handling the media the way it's supposed to be. Please, sir, I am begging. Is there any how you people can make them to sit on their feet or be on their toes? Nigerians are angry. We are sick. In fact, it's not that I so much love Brila. Anywhere they are talking about Nigerian football, I don't want to hear again. Because this thing has made up, I in particular, the way I'm just watching African players playing now, I feel Nigerians will be there. Sometimes I just do another off my TV. Because it is the passion. It's not that whether I'm against anybody, it's the passion. We have been into this thing, we've tested this thing, not once, not twice. And now suddenly, I don't want to just say what will not be friendly to radio. We just come from nowhere and just lackadaisical approach on the pitch and feel unconcerned, and you think we will be happy. Even though we are not contributing anything to the bet, this is ours. Ghanaians are there in Qatar. Sir, I beg you, sir. Anyhow, if you can call people, I know people, I call people allies. How you can hold these people responsible? Because they are playing on our intelligence, honestly, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Well, one way to be consoled is to know that, the match has ended. It's 1-0 in favor of Brazil. One way to be consoled is to know that the boys themselves are also losing, and losing big time. For his presence, scoring goals in this competition, Gakpo of the Netherlands is already being talked to see if a big club in the EPL can hire him. That is the kind of thing you get when you do well at the World Cup. So they are also watching their colleagues do business. Maybe some of them after now, guys who have played in the World Cup, will also talk to them rudely or shame them when they do training. Why are you training like this? I learned this style from the last World Cup. You didn't go. So it's also affecting them. Their own stock has fallen. So be consoled that you alone did not lose. As spectators, yes. As Nigerians, we've lost something. But again, because we are just spectators. But as Nigerians and professional footballers, this is their profession. They have lost greatly. The kind of money FIFA gives to every country that participates, they've lost that. Approvals from Aso Rock, they lost that. Scouts there looking at players, they've also lost that. Ratings in the eyes of their own coaches, they've lost that. We can go on and on. I think they have learned their lessons too.
Well, talking about lessons, Agawa, it's ended 1-0, Brazil. What lessons can we pick from this game? Brazilians came for, I'm sure you'd have, someone like me, I thought you'd have maybe 3-1, 4-1, or 1-0. And what lessons?
Well, I know that a lot of expectations from the fans all over the world, especially for Brazil. A lot of people want them to beat people 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. But at the end of the day, 2 games, 2 wins, 6 points. That's
they've
what
qualified.
They need. They've qualified. So that is another point for the pocket. So they will look up for the next game. Probably they will want to address the next game according to how it comes. So that if they win that, it's 9 points. They want to have a clean record. That's the most important thing in every game. They wanted to score more goals today. We could see that. But it's just that it didn't happen. The Swiss team gave them tough time. They played so well. They defended so well. And the Brazilian could not penetrate. But that's, like the double doctor said, it was based on the pre-match selection because they played the 2 defensive midfielders, and that's why they stayed back so much. There was no creative midfielder who joined the attack to create most of those deadly passes. But fortunately for them, they made that change in the second half, and then a lot of push forward, and that's what created the goal that they scored today. They will learn a lot of lessons from this moving forward, and I hope that they will perfect their strategy before the second round game, so that when they meet a stronger opponent, they will know that they are ready for the games.
All right, and Kochi, on a final note, 1-0 it ended in this game. Brazil's final group game will be against one of us that will be hoping to get to the round of 16 using traditional goalkeeping methods. I'm talking about Brazil, Cameroon on the first.
Well, I expect that the Cameroonians will play in full steam because that will be the final match, and who knows how the other will end. Again, they should capitalize on the error we've seen with the Brazilian team. It shows clearly that Tite still has a lot of work to do, because when you come into a tournament wired that Messi will play every game, Neymar will play every game, and you just find that Neymar is not there for your second game, and the entire team almost collapsed, did not know exactly what to do. So I expect Cameroon, because now they have not found an answer to it. He tried Bruno, no way. So he started depending on the wingers, and that was how Vinicius got this goal for him. So Cameroon should exploit that weakness in the middle of the Brazilians. And let's just pray and see what will happen. But kudos to the Brazilians. They have not let themselves down, and indeed, they've not let the entire world down. Because even FIFA would not expect that Brazil will do anything less than they have done.
Even though football is in Zurich. FIFA still. But they still understand, say, Ghana master. Yeah, it's good for commerce. It's about the kukushi. Let me say, yes, Korea, we walk a wala. The sponsor even rock on what? When we started doing color picture, they doing black and white. How was it? Hey, okay, so how many camera or film will Nigeria sell? Man. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this game done and dusted. Moving next to the final game. And that will be Portugal versus Uruguay. Yes. Cristiano Ronaldo will lead his army out again. To face Uruguay. Okay, we're counting down to that particular one. Ladies and gentlemen, the champions down. This is Brila. Brisbane is right here. We got bills to pay. We pay bills. And then we come again in about 45 minutes. We'll be right back.
The FIFA World Cup in Qatar. It's go time.
This is Sports Radio.